Hey, it's a crafty check. So first, I'm trying something new. Um, I am, hi puppy, going to use just this camera instead of both and talk to you for a minute, and then we're gonna look at our paper pumpkin. So what we do is every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I get online and share some of my crafting projects with you. And if I get a new paper pumpkin, then I share that with you too. And since this is the last Thursday of the month, I'm showing you the new paper pumpkin. So that's what we're going to work on now. If you want to know how you can get the paper pumpkin and order it and all that, I will go into that a little bit later. But right now, let's enjoy. So I either have to straighten out my desk or straighten out my camera. There we go. So I'm using a different desk. I'm situated in a completely different place than I usually am, and I think this might actually work better. I hope. Let's put this up a bit. Does this go up, or is that as high as it'll go? Nope, that's as high as it'll go. Okay, sorry guys and gals. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get this situated. All right, now, as you can see, oops, everybody got a good shot of my address. As you can see, I have not even broken the seal. I like to try to wait until we do live so I can break the seal when I get it. And see, you just take this part off and ta-da! It used to be your name was on here, but a lot of people like to use this. Am I going to have to go upside down? Yeah, a lot of people like to use these, or I should say reuse them and repurpose them for gifts and stuff. So I'm glad they stopped putting names on it. Plus, wrapped in plastic helps keep it safe from the elements. Ooh, that extra light might be a problem. Let's see if we can, there we go. Let's see what's in here. I'm opening it for the first time. Ta-da! Okay. This is a basic gray, and we can't even see. Okay, here we go. Put the light back. This is a basic gray Stampin' Spot, and here is a cute little stamp. Let's see, stamp set. It says, "Happy, you make me, can do anything just for," and of course you is big. It'll go with everything. "To celebrate your day and to have you in my life." So you could say, "Happy to have you in my life." You make me happy. So it's a bunch of different fonts and sizes. So that's kind of cool. And we'll look at that some more in a minute. Pick up the crop. Okay, so ta-da! This is what's going to be in next month's kit. I'm gonna have to redo my boundaries here. Okay, so for next month's kit, in June, which is orderable right now, through the 9th. And you can use the link that I sent. I also, I believe, I'm going to look and see if I have it. I'm pretty sure. I believe I have a tutorial on how to order this that I made years ago, and guess what? Nothing's changed since. The site is exactly the same. So order this by the 9th by using the code, and if you order it through me, I will send you a wonderful thank you gift. If you want a catalog for this year, I know I have one here somewhere. And okay, so if you want a catalog, there it is, right in front of me. Nope, that's not it. Okay, anyway, I'll send you one. So just put a comment below, and I will fill you in on the details. You can always place an order by using my website and my order link, which is also going to be available when I post this live video. All of the links are going to be in the comment section, and that is because Facebook likes to, let's say, downgrade any posts that have links in the description, and they want to hide it from you because they think it's all spam. So that's my workaround. So hopefully you'll start seeing my posts again. Please click like, give a little heart, share the post. Let me know that you've seen this. If you're watching it and you don't like it, thumbs down. You like it, thumbs up. You love it, give me a heart. I'd love to get feedback, and it also helps with the algorithms. Please put a comment letting me know that you watched this. And for everyone who puts a comment below, you will get an entry into a prize drawing for next week. I told you I was going to do prizes this week, right? If you watched last week. Yeah, I guess you just thought I was feverish, huh, from my cold. So comment and you get one entry, share and you get 2 entries. Uh-oh. Somebody's calling me, and I'm live, so I can't take it. All right, this is June, so you can sign up by the 9th using my link. All right, sorry. I usually try to get right into the card making, but I got a little distracted and excited. I'm feeling so much better. I had some kind of crappy cold for 2 weeks. Unbelievable. So many people are getting it. So you get nice tissue paper, and you can reuse the box for storage or whatever. And this is pretty. Sometimes it's orange. That's why they call it paper pumpkin, because it usually comes in an orange box. But this month it's coming in a pretty blue box. And this month was supposed to show off the colors. I'm trying to find where my darn catalog is. Oh, of course, I put it away. That's why I can't find it. So here's the catalog, and I'm not going to go through the whole catalog. I just want to look in the in colors for this month, because I want to see if they're really in this kit like we were promised. Because so far all I see is a gray granite stamp, and that is not an in color, although it does coordinate with everything. So this is also a staple. As much as you want black ink, you want gray ink as well. It's great for when you're doing animals, like elephants, or if you just want a lighter stamp and you don't want it to be dark black. Instead of stamping off once, you can just use the gray. All right, so we've broken the seal on that. Look at this. You actually get a roll of tearing tape. Okay, this is pretty snazzy. Sorry, I'm babysitting my sister's dog, and she wants to go out, and I don't know why that back door's closed. Go ahead, go out. So we just came back from a walk, and she was taking a nap until I got online, and now she wants to play. Sorry, you cannot play with my cards. Nicely packaged. I like that. So it's nice and clean, and it's kept in good condition while it's being shipped. Ooh, here's the in colors. Okay, we're looking at this one. This, take it out of this cellophane because it's just reflecting off the light. Here we go. Okay. That is the sorbet. Let's see, we'll go pink. First is Sweet Sorbet. Then the green is called Parakeet Party. The blue is Tahitian Tide. The dark blue is Starry Sky. And the medium blue is Orchid Oasis. This box resembles that color. The box is Tahitian Tide. So you get to, this is a pretty color. That's perfect for summer. I like that. And doesn't it look kind of like the ocean with the ombre effect? Like the waves of the ocean. Ooh, and we also got some dimensionals. And these are the mini ones. Cool. Ooh, and the inside of this is Parakeet Party. That's the Parakeet Party. Ooh, look at that. That's a starry sky color. Nice. Sweet Sorbet. What else do we got? Let's see. That is Orchid Oasis. Do you see how it's just a little bit? It's easier to see these when we're using the envelopes. Where are we going? Ah, here we go, Tahitian. So I'm trying to stagger these. There we go. Beautiful. Here, let's see. That's Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. Yay! Okay. And yes, I am cheating looking in the book. I don't have them memorized yet. Ooh, how pretty. That's pretty. So I guess these are some elements that we're going to use in our paper pumpkin kit. All right. I cannot believe they gave us all the new colors. This is just amazing. Amazing. Now you can see all the colors for yourself. And if you didn't get a paper pumpkin kit, you can get online to see if there's any extras. I don't know, because this one was pretty popular. I really think there might not be any extras left. So we got some white cardstock. But you can always get June's, and we'll look at to see what that is in a minute. I was flashing the flyer around, but chatting about the links, so we really didn't get into it. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Again, we have all of these in colors. Ooh, how pretty. Oop, there's my sister again. Sorry, sister. I'm doing a live video. She is an hour behind me, so she must not realize I'm taping. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Today is Thursday, right? I hope so. Otherwise, I'm a day off. Okay, and then here are some more. Ooh, pretty. Wow. Okay, so that is Orchid Oasis, and there's some nice gold on that. Ooh, gold on this. These are gorgeous. Oh, some more elements. Look at that pretty Sweet Sorbet color. Oh my goodness. If you haven't ordered any of the inks or the papers for the new in colors, I suggest you do it now. After people get these kits, they are going to be on back order. I guarantee it. Well, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll bet on it. I would bet very heavily. That's beautiful. Oh, more gold. I love it when they put gold in here. I don't know why, it just looks so lovely. But I've had to pick between gold and silver, except for Christmas time, I would pick silver. Oh, we've got some banners in here that we're going to pop out. I don't know if you can even see what they are. And, ooh, how pretty. The big U, is that the same size? No, it's even bigger than this. That's nice. All right. Gorgeous. Ooh, and some more elements. Nice. It's like a splatter of shiny gold. Ooh, and one more. It looks like some banners. And it looks like it is in a Tahitian Tide ombre look, just like the box. Ooh, nice. Okay, now the directions. And don't throw this away. This is very handy. I don't know why. I'm just, I use it to put in envelopes when I have a lot of 3D stuff on my cards. I'll put a piece of cardboard between the card and the inside of the envelope just to protect it. Oh my goodness, so we have so many beautiful things here. Let's take a look at these instructions. I'm so excited. These cards are just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with these in colors. Wow. So the in color collection, you can actually just use one order number to get all of these in one order. So one and done. There is one order number. I'm going to find that for you. And I'll put the link for the in colors, so when you click on it, it'll go directly there, so you don't have to look around and try to find them yourself. I will have them for you. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? Let's take a look. As usual, I'm going to go through this real quick for our new crafters. As usual, we have some lovely directions. They're in color and they are outlined 1, 2, 3, 4 and easy to follow. And then on the back, they also provide an overview of what you get in the kit, as well as a couple of extra ideas for what you can do other than what's in the instructions. And as always, there right here it says the kit components, and my favorite part, coordinating stamping up colors. Of course, we know these are going to be the in colors: Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. Yeah, of course, always black and white and gray. We'll go with anything. Wow, these are gorgeous. Okay, this is a QR code. OMG. Okay, we are definitely in the 21st century now. Look at that. A QR code. You can scan it. So let's do that. I know, super dorky, but I'm just so proud of myself that I actually know how to do that. And I have a QR scanner on my phone. Eek. Okay, so you take your QR scanner and you open it, and then you just find where that code is. And look how fast that is. Boop! It comes right up. And we're going to click the link. And it's going to show us videos of Paper Pumpkin.
June's Paper Pumpkin Kit.
Isn't that cute?
The essence of the season.
And it'll also give us a video on this month's kit and how to do it. So we don't need to watch all that. I'm going to quickly message my sister so she knows that I'm not blowing her off, because I do usually talk to her a couple times a week after work. Okay, I'm going to let her know that I am online. Okay. I am doing my video live, so I could not pick up your call. So sorry, period. I will call you when I'm done, period. And when she watches the video, she'll see that. Okay, let's get going. Let's, oh, I forgot the instructions. I'm so excited. All right. I'm farting around, and that's making this video just a little bit longer than it needs to be. Sorry. I always promise I'm going to get down to business, but, you know, just like the dog in that little Disney cartoon Up. Squirrel! I cannot find what I just did with it. The little square. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's the square. Here's the stamp set. And I need to get myself a block. Whoa! So this I've had forever. It's well used and well loved. This is the whole set. You don't have to buy the whole set. And as a matter of fact, you don't have to buy any, because with your very first paper pumpkin, you're going to get block E. And everything will fit on block E. Is it this one? I think so. I might be wrong on the letter as well. So, yeah. Everything you get will fit in the block that you get for free in your first paper pumpkin. So you're going to have everything you need. That's why we call this kit all-inclusive, because it includes everything except, I'm sorry, but there is one exception, because that's how Americans roll. It's always, here's the rule, except you might need a pair of scissors if you have any ribbon or string. This month we do not, so you don't even need those. Alright, I'm going to slice this puppy open, not using my good scissors. I'm going to use my junky scissors. And look how easy that was. Ooh, that's a nice pretty little mini stamp. They're called Stampin' Spots. Okay, so now we have our stamps ready. What is our first card? Our first card is to find in a pile of things. Let me get this over here. Okay, we don't need the envelopes right now. That's where the box comes in handy. So you can put aside everything that we don't need to use right now. Those are the... Here they are. We don't need all of these yet. And it looks like we're going to do the red one, so we'll take that one out and put the rest of these back in the box. So we need the red one, and we're going to need something with gold on it. Where is that? Am I missing something? Oh, yes, I am. Okay, so we're going to get to this piece, and do you see that? That is the symbol for this. Darn that reflection. There we go. So this is a circle with a line. That is the circle of tape, and the line is, of course, the line of tape that you're going to put on the back of this element. So that's step one. So let's go ahead and do that. As you know, I always make at least one card following the instructions, and then the following week I do a video with showing some alternates. That way we're not on here for like 2 hours. You guys have other things to do. As much as I love crafting with you, I'm sure you have other things going on as well. Alright, so then we're going to pop this out, it looks like. Ooh, I see what's happening here. Okay, we're going to pop this out, and in all likelihood, this is not going to be used anywhere else in the kit, but I'm keeping it because I always use things later. So I'm going to put the elements in this little baggie that the Terran tape came in. Oh, and if you didn't see me, the Terran tape's easy. It's very strong adhesive, but it's easy to just roll, and you just rip it. Just put your fingernail there. You don't even need scissors. Okay, so then what we need to find is something with gold on it. Let's see. It's probably the pretty cards that have the gold lettering on it. Oh, I just noticed that these have a little riffle here. So let's keep that in mind for when we get to that point. There's going to be a card that requires a little bit different base card. Okay, so nope, I don't see it there. Is this it? No, what happened to the cards that had the big U on it? I am losing my mind. Oh, of course they're in the bottom of the pile. Whatever I need is in the bottom. So, oh, that's how it's gonna go. See that? You just easily place it right over those letters. Woohoo! Cool. All right. Now, if you're like me, I have trouble doing things straight. So I'm going to show you a trick that my mom learned from somebody, and I learned from her. So you're just going to fold this piece down. You're just going to lift it up and fold it over just a little bit. Okay? And you just need that one little spot so that we're going to anchor this down. But the rest of this we'll get in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is try to get this as straight as possible, because I want these to line up with the gold lines, and I want it to be as perfect as possible. Not like last week. Last week was a disaster. Of course, I was sick, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So here's the part where you can see the little white piece sticking out, and we're going to press down. That's our anchor spot. Now we are free to do the rest of this. So I'm going to take this piece and just peel it, and then press this part down. And now I'm going to peel this. Now some people do both lips at the same time, so that one prick's sticking out, but we didn't have to. You can if you want. And see, that piece stuck down, and I still didn't do it straight. Oh my gosh. Well, it's on there now. Okay, I'm sure you can do much better than me. That's the beauty of live TV or video or whatever we're doing. If it's not perfect, then that's how it's gonna be. But I skipped step 1, but that's okay. We'll come back to that. I'm going to do the stamping after, because I get ink on my hands and then I get ink all over the paper. So I'm going to do this part first. All right, now we have to find this element, which is in here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, and a little trick, if there's any score lines, that means you fold it. You always fold it. Now, I have a bone folder that I like to use to press down, and we also sell those, of course. Okay. And this bone folder has seen a lot of action. Actually, I got this from a friend, Nicole. She made that for me. It has my name on it. So sweet. Okay. I don't know who she got. This is a Stampin' Up! Bone folder, but I really don't know how she got it engraved or who she got it engraved through, but that was super sweet. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. Okay, there's the circle and the lines, so we need to get our tape. So let's move things out of the way so I don't accidentally tape things up. So do you see how this is white here and red here on the edges? That means that they want us to fold it so it literally looks just like that, just like the picture. And then we're going to put tape here, okay? Just follow the pictures. Now, if you don't know how to measure the tape, that's fine. What I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to do that and put my fingernail there and pull. It does not have to be beautiful and pretty because no one's going to see your tape. Just make sure that it is on the paper and it's not coming off the paper, okay? And I'm doing this many different ways because different people like to do it different ways, and so maybe one of these ways will suit you. Okay. What I have learned is if you don't have one of these, you can just use, I don't know, any kind of tool. Just make sure that it's not a writing instrument that's going to mark on the paper, just something. The reason you want to press it down is that way, believe it or not, it helps you separate this top piece from the adhesive part much better, and also the adhesive sticks to the paper so much better. There you go, just peel it and throw it aside. Now we have to look at the next set of our instructions. Oops, we'll go ahead and we'll fold this so now it looks like that, and be careful not to put anything on it like I do. It'll stick to the instructions, it'll stick to anything, and then we're going to be out of luck. Oh, it goes inside the card. Okay, so now we're going to put this in here facing this way. Oh, it's a pocket. You can put a little gift card in there or whatever you want. So I'm going to do that. So see how this is folded, and you're just going to try to situate it as best you can. If you want to try and figure it out beforehand, I go through all this and it still comes out crooked. So hopefully you can do better than me. I'm going to, I gotta try to see where the edge of this paper is. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to put it there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it over and line it up on that spot and press. Yay! Okay. It looks just like the picture. Okay, so now what I want to do is take out this and get our stamp set. And this says can do anything. So this will be you can do anything. Let's find it on here. You can do anything. Okay. Excellent. And I also want you to notice, I don't know if you can see this, but printed on here is exactly what's on the stamp. And so you can line up the letters and put it right back where it was later. And if it's no stamp there, then you know you forgot to put it away. So that's a great way of keeping track of your stamps. Okay, now there's a couple of tricks that people do when they first get these. Is sometimes they wash them in soap and water. Some people say to rub a little board over it like that, different things, because sometimes there's a little bit of a coating on there, but none of that's necessary. I mean, you can if you want to. All you have to do really is do a few practice ones, because one, the ink is new, and so you want to prime up the ink. Two, no one's ever used the stamp before, so it does have a little bit of a coating on it from the factory. So just like when you get a bowl from the store, you don't just bring it home and eat out of it, you put it through the dishwasher, right? So, and now I'm going to use my cleaner. This is my Stampin' Scrub, and I'm going to just spray some water on here. This is the wet side. So I just spray water on the wet side and rub it very gently. I'm going to wipe it off and then dry it on this side. It's magic. It works. It really does. It's such a simple technique, but it works. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do this again. Okay, I want to make sure that this is clean and dry and it's going to do a nice print. Okay, Now I have to find one of these little banners. So now most people would probably get the banners and separate them and have everything organized. I might too, but I don't want to make you sit through all that watching me organize banners. Okay, so that has, I'm going to put something over this. I don't want to get this dirty. So sometimes I pop these out and stamp them, and sometimes I stamp them while they're in here. So this time we're going to stamp it while it's in there, which is different than what I usually do. Ooh, that's, you know what? That is a really nice wet stamp, so I don't even need to press that hard. That's another reason you go through it, so you can get an idea of, like, is your stamp super juicy or is it semi-juicy. Now, when I lived in Texas and I got my stamps, they were a little bit on the dry side at first because of Texas. It's arid. Here in Florida, it's super humid, so this is a little bit gooier than what I'm used to getting. All right, so you barely touch it. Boop! There you go. It says you can do anything. Now, if it does not come out the way you like, then you have a couple extra options. You can use the other side, because that's why we get two sides to every piece of paper. Or you can use a different piece of paper, or use a different one, because you usually get one or two extras in here. And honestly, I'm really not happy with how that came out. I don't know if it's, the stamp is crooked. Let me just flop it down there and pick it up that way. Okay, let's try. I don't know, maybe, is it supposed to go that way? It just looks kind of a little choppy. So I'm going to press down a little bit harder. Oh, that's perfect. I just didn't press harder enough and long enough. Okay, so I will clean that off and put it back in its proper place. These are easy to get stuck to anything. They'll get stuck to the bottom of this, everything. So you want to keep them separated and always put it back when you're done, unless you want an adventure later trying to find it. Now these, according to the instructions, do you see that little octagon? That's this. Do you see that? Whoops, take this off. The first one is always a little bit tricky. See that? That looks just like this. So that tells you that you're going to use one of the mini squares, dimensionals. So I like to use tools. So I'm going to do that. And I like to press on them to make sure it sticks. And then I'm just going to use this to pop off the top. Okay. And the instructions tell us what? Oh, to put it right here. Well, I don't want to cover up that gold. That gold is gorgeous. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put it right under the gold, because that's beautiful. I know layering is creates interest and it's artistic, but I don't want to cover up that pretty gold. That's the best part of the whole card. And now we have some elements. Let's get our little doodads. Okay. Anything like this is a doodad. That's what I call it. A doodad, a thingamajig. Okay, so now if you see these little circles here, they're showing us that we're going to use a green one, a dark blue one, and a medium blue. So that's going to be parakeet, party, and I don't see where the green is on here. Where is it? I don't see it, so maybe it's just me. I'm blind. Okay, so I'm going to put that up here. And then we're going to get the Orchid Oasis. And they want us to put that down here. And then we're going to take the Starry Sky. And we're going to put that here. And we have completed our first card. Ta-da! Now this little pocket, that's cool. You can put money in there. I wonder if it would fit a gift card. I don't have one on hand. Let's see how big that is. Let's see, this is 2 inches. Okay, so this is 2 inches wide. And, oh, I didn't press that down. My bad, okay. We want to press that down to make sure it sticks. There we go. Now it's on there. That sucker's not going anywhere. See, I told you things stick to everything. That's just how I roll. Okay. I guess I'm keeping this card. My mom will take it anyway. Okay, so that's one. Let's move on to the next one, which is, let's see, let me check my computer real quick to see if I have any comments. I haven't really been able to see where I am right now, if there's any comments or anything. Nope, no comments. Oh, guys, if you comment, you get a drawing entry. There we go. Nope. Okay. Well, you get an entry into the drawing for a free gift if you comment, and if you comment and share, then you get 1 for the comment and 2 for the share. So, and yes, I will see. It tells me who shares it. I get all those reports from Facebook. All right, next we're going to do this beautiful card. Okay, so I'm going to fold it this way because that's all I want to see, are those instructions. And that looks pretty easy. Okay, so it looks like we're going to want this happy, right? So let's go ahead and pop that out. And as you can see, this is not super delicate. It is thin, but it's cardstock, so okay, now move that out of the way. And the next element that we need is the blue chevron. Let's find that. Well, that's not a chevron. What is it? It's a banner. Misnomer, it's a banner, not a chevron. Okay. I just have that word in my head today. I've heard it like 75 times today. I'm in training in my new job, and then we're learning how to use the system, and there's a little thingy on the side, and they keep saying, click the chevron. Ugh. I heard that like 700 times today. So it's in my head. So, sorry. All right, this is You Make Me, and that's going to be on this square. So we're going to need one of those little squares. And then, as you can see, there's some sparklies back there behind the happy. Whoops, I lost my screen for a second. There we go. Okay, so I want to make sure you can see what I'm showing you. So there's sparklies back there. Darn this light. I need it, but it's reflective off this paper. Okay, so there's sparklies there. Did I say there were sparklies on there? I think there's sparklies on there. Yep. Okay. So so here's the sparklies. So we have the paper with the sparklies, and we have the blue chevron. It's going to go right over that. And we'll have the happy. That's going to go right over that. And then we have this little thing that's going to go right there. Ta-da! See? After you learn how to read the instructions, it's so much easier. Okay. And then we're going to have a couple doodads on there too. But that's the last thing. So what we need is, we need some tape. And we're going to tape the back of the chevron. And here it's showing us a line and a line. So we're going to put a line here and a line here. And I'm going to do it exactly the way they say, because a lot of research has gone into making these kits, believe it or not. So they know exactly where to place the tape so it stays on the best. You can always put more tape on there if you want, but it's probably not necessary. And if you want to, you can also use your dimensionals to put it on there. I think we'll do that with the next card. Next, if I do a, what do you call it? An alternate. Okay, so I'm lifting up the tape, and I'm going to take the whole thing off this time because I have a guide. Well, I had a guide on the last one too, and look how that turned out. Okay, so let's see. Trying to get this straight. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh my gosh! Close enough. Okay, so I'm going to rub that in so the tape, so that tape sticks nicely. Get rid of the air pockets in between. Okay. Now, this stinker has a bunch of little octagons on it. So guess what that means? We're going to mini glue dot the heck out of this thing. Or not glue dots. Mini dimensional. Okay. So they are showing them the suggested spots that you want to put them on. And if they're too fat and they stick out too much, you can always cut them. But like I said, they do a lot of research on this, so the dimensionals should be skinny enough to fit on here. And they're showing me to put one on the top and one on the bottom. So that looks about right, because then it'll keep it kind of flat. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's not going to be enough to do every project in here and one down there. But there will be. Okay, I'm just going to press on this a little bit to make sure that everything is on there snug as a bug in a rug. And now I'm just going to flip all this off. And try not to stick it to my fingers. Yeah, that's the best part, is trying to keep these long nails out of the way. There we go. And up you go. Just take these little tops off. They're just little, I think they're paper, plasticky kind of paper, just to protect them. But I'm using a tool because I tend to have a little oil on my fingers. My hands are not dry, and so that can sometimes interfere with the adhesive. So then I'm just actually going to touch it with my tool and pick it up, and we're going to place it. I'm going to do it the other way around because I can't place it upside down. You're seeing it upside right, I'm seeing it upside down. Okay, so let's compare the picture to the real life, and we're going to put this, it's showing that the happy is a little bit over those spots, So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it looks like it's 1/3 of the way down on the card. And last, we're going to stamp our saying, which is "You make me." And that's a song. You make me so very happy. Yeah. I know I can't sing. Whoops. I can't drive either, but that doesn't stop me from driving, does it? So, just because I can't sing doesn't mean I'm not going to. Well, I can, I just don't do it well. Let's put it that way. I can also drive, I just may not drive well. Alright, so I'm priming this up. Just practicing on my background paper. Okay, and now I'm going to wipe it off on my wet side and then my dry side. You can use whatever you have to clean it with. Okay, and now I'm going to try this again. I need this to be straight. There we go. Okay. Okay. I keep lifting it up because I'm looking to see if I have the coverage I want on it. I don't want it to be really, really dark, but I don't want it to be spotty either. And that just comes with practice, so keep practicing on your little sheet until you get it the way you want it. And we're going to use this little square baby, so I'm going to stand up. It helps to center it if you're standing up, because then you're right over it. Okay, there we go. Not too shabby. Hope I don't wrinkle it up by taking it out. Okay, we're going to need a couple more of these mini dimensionals. Boopity boopity boop. And press it in there. Pop them off. And let's see. Put it on top, because that is the order of the expression, not happy, make me, unless you're Obi-Wan. Happy you make me, not Obi-Wan. Who's that little guy? Oh my gosh, my cousin would shoot me if she heard me say I didn't know who it was. The little guy, you know, the green one. Happy you make me. Okay, we're going to need some doodads, and according to these instructions, the doodads are going to go, we're going to use the green and a blue and a red. So we're taking the parakeet, party, and it's going, oh, it's going to go up here. And then we're going to take the starry sky blue. Come on. Okay, that's not working. I'm going to use my pick tool. It's sticking to the paper, which is what I want it to do, but not until I put it on the paper, not until I put it where I want it to stick. Okay. That one's going away. Well, that one's bye-bye. Okay. That was my bad. Okay, so the pick tool is really cool. You squeeze it and you get some sticky goop that comes out, and you just shape it a little bit and press it against your doodad, and like magic it goes on. Okay, and then we're going to need the sweet sorbet. See how easy that, yeah, this is so cool. There are other attachments that go with it, such as a scoring tool. That's the big head and the little head. Okay, I think that's done. That is card number 2. All right. Wow, we're getting farther this time than we did in the last one's paper pumpkin. I don't know if we did more than one card last time. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Are you with me? All right. I'm going to check to see if there's any comments. No comments. I'm gonna eat some worms. Okie dokie. Like I said, if you comment, you get into the drawing an entry, and if you share, you get 2. So if you do both, you get 3. And it's a surprise what you're gonna get. But you will get it, because last week I said I'm gonna give away some prizes this week. Thought I forgot, didn't you? Okay, next, let's do this one. So this is your opportunity to come craft with me in real time, not in person. Yeah, if you live in my area, for crying out loud, come by and I will craft with you in person. I have got a shelf full of supplies and a couple of desks and a dining room kitchenette table and 6 chairs. Sure, let's go for it. Okay, so yeah, bring a friend and we can all paper pumpkin together. You can have a paper pumpkin party, and all you have to do is tell me how many kits you want and invite your friends, and the rest is up to me. If you don't want to do it at your house, you can do it at my house. That's okay. That way you can leave the kids home with daddy and with their daddy. Or your mom or whoever wants to babysit, and you can get away for a little while and craft and have some adult conversation. Oh my gosh, I remember how that was. So you can talk to somebody who doesn't tell you they have to go potty, who uses adult words. Okay, so we need this one next, and we're going to pop this out. And just like the other pop out we had, there's probably a chance we're not going to use it in this kit, but it's gorgeous, so I'm going to find a place to use it. I'll probably put it in my alternate. Now this is where we want the wiggly card. Da, 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 da. Wiggly card. No, I'm a liar. I'm a big fat liar. That's the wiggly card. Okay, we're going to have to do another fold, because I got distracted. Okay. All right, so we need this piece, and then we need a regular white piece of cardstock. There we go, just a regular one. And you see there is, I didn't explain this, I was just folding them before, so sorry. There is a score line here. So find the way that it folds easiest. The part that has the bump sticking out is going to be on the inside. That's the easiest way to do it, I think, to explain it. And then we're going to press that down. Okay. That's the base, and that's the piece that goes on top. And we're going to look for a stamp that says just for. Put this one away because we're done with it. And we're looking for a stamp that says just for. Here it is. It's right there. And we're looking for an insert. So, or let's see, it's going to say just for you, so that's going to be the just for. But here it is. That's the circle we're looking for. Just keep digging till you find it. There you go. So it's going to be like that. And then we're going to put the just for. I love having a simple kit. Sometimes I like them complicated, but it's so beautiful that it doesn't need to be complicated. Its simplicity is, it's, what do they say? It's beautiful in its simplicity. Okay, get flat. There we go. All right, so I'm going to prime this one a little bit and take the card off so I don't mess it up. And tap, tap, tap. Good? All right. And I'm going to wash it with the wet side and dry it with the dry side. Okay, now I'm going to cover all that mess up with those instructions so I don't screw up my card with ink. We want the elements of the little that I just had. Okay. You know, my dad made me a sign, and it says the art of crafting is having lost what you just had in your hand a second ago. Isn't that the truth? How could I have lost that one little thing? I'm sure it's in here. Okay. Let's go through here. Let's see, what am I looking for anyway? Oh no, I don't need anything. Ding-a-ling. It's gonna go right on there. Okay. I know you tried to tell me, but I didn't hear you. Sorry. Okay, so this is gonna go right there. Ta-da! I'll wipe that off and put it back in its place. Okay, now this is showing that this has the circle and the lines. So we're going to take the circle and we're going to make the lines with the tape. It's going one this way and one right here. Okay, which might seem a little tricky because there's a hole there, but there's enough space for that tape, definitely. Okay, now I'm going to have to eyeball this to make it fit. So I'm going to do one of my little flippy-do corners. I'm going to flip this over and create a flap so I can give myself some wiggle room on trying to make this straight. Okay, so press down that piece and pull. There we go. Now that piece is down, and you can go ahead and just pull a little flap on this one and pull that and press. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. Okay, now the little circle that we just stamped, I can't believe I didn't lose it, has octagons on the back. And what does that mean? You guessed it. Stampin' Dimensionals. Now keep in mind these are the mini dimensionals, and I'll show you the regular sized ones in a minute. So we have more than one size. So you don't need to worry about cutting down your foam tape every time you want to do something small, because these are already pre-cut. So it's perfect. Perfect. Now I want to make sure my fold is going the right way and I'm not putting this upside down. That wouldn't be the first time. Look at that, so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to need a starry sky, a parakeet party, and a sweet sorbet. Let me get my pick tool out. I like to take the other pieces off so I don't accidentally poke myself. All right, here's the starry sky. And oh, I did it upside down because I'm doing it upside down. But hey, you know what? That came out good anyway. Look, I literally did it upside down. They did it this way. So guess what? We just made our first alternative, even if it's just directionally alternative. Okay, so then we're going to take our sorbet, and that's going to go here. Whoops, I'm sticking it to myself. Stick to the card, please. Thank you. And the parakeet party I've never been to a parakeet party. Nope, never have. Okay. Put the cover on that. And there is card number 3. Wow, okay. So another reason why I'm doing all of these now is because next week my butt is going to be in Cancun. I've been invited to stay at my sister's timeshare, and since I was able to use my Southwest points, because I haven't flown anywhere in a bajillion years, it's practically free, so I'm going. We did these 3 cards so far. So my point being that I'm going to make all of these cards tonight, because next week is going to, I will have a video, but it's going to be pre-recorded. So that's why I wanted to make sure we did tonight live. Okay, card number 4. Now we're going to use the wiggly card, because that's going to go with this piece right here. And you'll know it's the right way because it'll match the direction. Cool. Okay. Then we're going to see Best Wishes, which is giant, so it must be in our pop out. Boop. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's the card. Okay, I'm digging this. These are so easy to make. I'm really, really liking this. Okay, so we're going to fold our card. And if you notice, since this has to go a certain way, this will be a good way for you to see in the kit. If you find this card, you'll see what I mean by you're going to fold, the indent's going to be on the outside, and then the bump, it's like a little speed bump part, where it's folded and scored, is going to be on the inside, because that's the only way it's going to end up folding correctly. So I'm going to have to unfold it so I can match these pieces up. Alright, so our instructions tell us, let's fold this up. So I'm only seeing the instructions I need. That's my little paperweight. Okay, so it's telling us to put 3 strips. So that's what I'm going to do. Get our roll of tape, and we're going to do 3 strips. Now theirs are a little bit longer than mine, so let's see, I might have to make mine a little longer, more edge to edge. Okay, whoops, and if you get an extra piece like that, just stick it over there, because I missed a piece there. I could use an extra piece over there. And I'm going to rub it in so you get rid of all any of the air, and it's sticking, sticking, sticking. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a loud bird. It sounds like it's right on the other side of the door. It's so pretty. Okay. I'm going to place this on. Here's a trick. I can see how this is going to work. Before we do it, what I'm going to do is this. So I'm going to take this card. I wanted to see if it was going to end up that way by doing it like that. Yes, it will. Okay. So the trick that I use to line this up with the edge, because that is tricky. I'm going to have to do it backwards for me and forwards for you. Okay. This is the edge where it's folded. That's going to be down against the table, the flat surface. Okay. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to put it upside down with the flat surface also, with this side touching the flat surface. And we're going to match them up. So before we even touch them together, we're going to line them up. See how this corner and this corner are lined up? See that? And then we're going to put them together. And then we're going to press them. And it comes out perfectly straight. Unless you're me. Oh my gosh, I definitely have to redo that. I can't do it backwards. I can't. I was trying to do it backwards for you. Don't watch. I'm taking it apart. Don't watch. Okay. I can't do this backwards. So let me do this real quick facing me. And then you can see what I'm talking about. That came out straight. I had to do it facing me. But, so I did it the first way, facing you, so you can see. And I also like to try to just press it across. You don't have to press really, really hard. That way it just stays. You can also use your hands, if they're clean, whatever. Now we're going to use some dimensionals on this little stinker. And you can see here the octagons on the back. So we're going to get our mini dimensionals. And if you have regular dimensionals that you'd rather use, and you have some in your stash, and you'd rather save these minis for a project that requires a smaller piece of foam, by all means, go get your big one and save this for a smaller project. Okay. Dun, da, da, da. Now, just like the picture shows, we are going to put this here. Let's see, right about there. Boop. Done. Make sure that's going to stay. And now for our doodads, we are going to use Parakeet Party. And by the way, if you've ever been to a Parakeet Party, please comment below and tell me what that's like. Is it just a bunch of parakeets eating seeds? Is there cake involved? Margaritas? Let's see. This is going to go somewhere over here. Boop. Alright, let's see. And I need to get the... Is that the orchid? No. It's going to be, yes, the orchid and the Tahitian tide. We'll put that one there. Okay, card number 4 is completed. So we've done 4 cards now. Aren't these gorgeous? Gorgeous! I love these colors. Oh my goodness. Tell you what, they did a really good job in picking out these new colors. I love it. Oh, I see what these are for. They're going to be the background for the happy birthday. That way, and backwards and upside down. There we go. Do you see that? That's the happy birthday card. So, okay. That's what we're going to do. Now we have to find the word happy, which is here. Now that's the one element we haven't used yet on our pop-out words. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm shaking. Okay, here's the happy. We've got these. And it looks like we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to use a whole side. I already see how I'm going to cheat on this one. Yeah. I already can see what I'm going to do, because there's no way I'm going to be able to line these up straight. I know it, and you know it. No. No way. But I already have a cheat. I've already worked it out in my mind, looking at the picture. Okay, so we need a regular white card base that we're going to fold in half. And this one is not folded straight. I'm going to fix this. So this is my trick. I'm going to create a new fold spot. The ends were not lined up. I don't like it when it's off like that. And if you press hard enough, you can't even tell that I did it. Yeah, it was crooked. I don't like it. The paper was kind of like that. I don't like it when that happens. Okay. It's got to be nice and pretty. Perfect. All right, we got the happy. Oh, and there's this long banner. Where's the long banner piece that we are going to need to stamp? That's going underneath it. Let's find it. So that's where this long banner piece is going to come in. What does that say? To have you in my life. Ooh, that's a long one. Okay. Let's see. I can read backwards. Here it is. Yep, that is a long one. To have you in my life. But it fits on the block. You know why? Because, say it with me, the stamps are never going to be bigger than the block they give you. But they don't have to be, do they? It's pretty big. Alright, so first I'm going to prime this. And this is a long one, so I might just do it this way instead. Okay, so if you missed it earlier, we're priming those because sometimes they come out of the factory with a little bit of a coating on them, which is good because that's what helps them cut them so precisely. Now I'm going to put it down so it's flat and straight. There we go. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and put it on here. And we're going to try to center it as much as possible. Okay. And again, you don't have to beat it up, smash the heck out of it with the ink. Just enough. I don't like it. I'm gonna do it again. I did not put enough ink on there. So, I'm just lying to myself now. Okay, let's put some more ink on there. That's why we get extras. I think I might even need a little bit more. It's kind of spotty. And press down a little bit. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, now I'm centering it. Okay, not quite centered, but it's less spotty and it's a lot neater. So don't forget to wipe it off and put it back in its spot. Sorry, that was pretty loud. The dog didn't like it. She's leaving. Okay. Pop this out. There we go. And try to straighten that out a little bit. So now what we have to do is put on the adhesive. So we're going to put a strip of tear and tape on each one of these on the back. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not taking them off. You know why? Because I am never going to be able to put them on the card straight. So I'm going to put them on the card straight from this thing. See? Oh yeah, that's, you see where I'm going with that? Okay, so move all this stuff out of my way. Flatten this down a little bit. Smooth that out. Get the wrinkles out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take the paper off of the tape. This one's got a little, just flick it back. I went a little bit over the side with that. That's okay. Just pull it back. All right, we're going to do that. There. I was afraid they might come apart while I was doing that. Press down. There's a couple of bumps here at the end because I was a little wild and crazy pulling it up. You don't have to worry about that, but I don't want there to be any extra lumps and bumps on here. Okay, so we're going to take our white cardstock base that is folded, that they've already done that for us, and they want these to go this way, right? Now on this picture they're showing that there's sparklies on that end, on that end, and that end. Sorry, but mine are gonna have sparklies only on one side. You know why? Because I'm putting it on this way. If I took them off and spread them out, it would be a crooked mess. So nope, I know my limitations. Work smarter, not harder. So I'm going to try to place this as close to the center as I can. And then I'm going to carefully lift up that side and carefully, I've never done this before with anything, so I hope it'll work. There's only one way to find out, right? Oh my gosh, amazing! That's the only time I'm ever going to do any straight pieces on a card. There's a little extra spot there. Look at that. That's perfect. Holy cow. You heard it here first, guys. Okay, I encourage you to borrow that technique and share it with everybody you know. Okay, now, oh my God, it's perfectly straight. That's never happened before. Oh, can't tell you how excited I am. All right, now it's time for these little dimensionals. And how do I know that? Because boop, boop, here you go. Here are the octagons showing on the back. Now they only show 3. This is long. I'm going to do more than 3 because I don't want it to bend and bow in the middle. There we go. So I'm going to put a few more than that. Okay, and then here we're going to put, oh, this one is just taping it on. 2 lines. Okay. But what if I don't want to? Oh, I see why we have to have it flat, because that's going to go on top. All right, I'll do it their way this time. This time. So they put a piece where here and here. Okay. Now I'm going to just rub it down, make sure it's sticking, and peel it off. Okay, and we will place this as best we can. I'm going to push it over a little bit because I'm going to cover, this one doesn't have a lot of sparkles on it, so I'm just, instead of putting it in the center, do I want to offset it? No, we'll put it in the center, sort of. Okay, so That's down, and oh, I gotta take the tops off of these. Okay, and we'll put this right over it like that. Okay, I'm just going to press a little bit to make sure everything is staying in place. Ta-da! And now we got to have some doodads. So we're going to use, it looks like 2 darks and a light blue, medium blue. So we'll take 2 starry skies, and they put 1 there. Oh my gosh. These things really do stick, but unfortunately they're sticking to me. That's old. Let me get a new piece up here. That's better. It was kind of an old piece. And another starry sky. Ah, that's better. It works better when you use the right tools and when your tools are in good shape. Alright, and we're going to do... Nope, we're doing a lighter one. We're going to do this one, the Tahitian Tide, which fits perfectly. There. Okay, that is our last card. Okay. Look at what we did. Messed up the instructions. Good as new. Okay, now let me get rid of all of this extra chungola. We're going to flip this over so we have a nice clean background. And we're going to look at our beautiful cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those came out so perfect. And believe it or not, it was fun. Oh my gosh, no. So I had tons of fun, and I hope you have tons of fun when you put yours together too. Checking one last time for comments. Nope. Okay. So unless I have to refresh this page, you know, I don't know. I'm looking at it from an admin standpoint, so I might go ahead and refresh this page just to see if there are some comments and I'm just not seeing them. Okay. So those are our colors. There is a flyer in here talking about June. So I want to talk about June for a second. Okay. This says, pick of the crop, wishing for weekend strolls at the farmer's market, summertime picnics, fresh bread and flowers all make for wonderfully whimsical memories. Next month's Paper Pumpkin Kit will have you drooling over watercolor designs and heartfelt sentiments. Make sure you're subscribed to get your pick of the crop. And again, there is that little QR code that you can scan as I showed you earlier. If you want to see how to do it, go back to the beginning. This says, ready for the colorful year ahead. The colors are here. The 22-24 colors are here. Yay! You've got the first look at the new colors with this Celebrating in Color Paper Pumpkin Kit. The good news is that there's so much more you can do with this kit when you use the coordinating in color products, releasing in the annual catalog right here. Releasing, oh my gosh, it's an earthquake. Releasing in the catalog. What fun projects can you make So not only is there these colors in the doodads, they come in the paper. See, you've got paper. They've also got DSP and ribbon, blends, and white markers, and twine, and ribbon, and it's just gorgeous. You see, those colors are just gorgeous, and you can see how they are true to the color. Look at the colors here, and look at them here. So if you look at the colors in the catalog, they do look like this, and you can see that now for yourself. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Okay, so don't forget to order for the June paper pumpkin kit. We don't know what's going to be in it. This is a little sneak peek, and it looks like it's going to be very summery with, I don't know if it's going to have berries and flowers on it, but I would assume so based on this. And it's going to have, it says here, pick of the crop. So yes, I'm going to assume that it has things that you can pick. And it's going to have these pretty colors. Order by June 9th by midnight using the link that I provide, and I will send you a lovely gift. Comment below, share this video for some entries into the drawing, and I will be picking some prizes. I'll do it before the end of this week, so we'll say by Sunday, because I'm going on vacation on Monday. So I will post the winners on Sunday. Oh, you know what, even better? I will do a live spin the wheel. That would be amazing, okay? So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to have some prizes, but you can't win unless you play. And in order to play, you got to put down a comment or share the video, right? Hit like, the hearts, the whole shebang. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I will have a video posted for next week, but I will not be live. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy your holiday weekend, but don't forget why we have the day off. It's to remember those who died in service for us. And my dad has passed away. He was not a fallen veteran, but he was a veteran. And he recently passed away. So thank you, Dad, for your service. And I thank my husband. Even though he's still alive, so I guess it's not really, I shouldn't be thanking him on Memorial Day. That's inaccurate, but I can thank him on Veterans Day. Anyway, so let's not forget our fallen soldiers and those who have passed away that have sacrificed for us and for our country. And with that, I'm going to bid you adieu and tell you that I wish you a very happy crafting day and enjoy your weekend. And this is a crafty chick saying bye-bye. See you next time.